do-it-yourself Euro mount. That deer that I got the other day, little 8-point. I'm gonna see if I can video part of it, put some of it on there, and kind of y'all follow along. First time I've ever done this. It looks pretty straightforward, so y'all hang in there with me and we'll see what it does.
I look at you and it's easy to see you are that someone I've been trying to meet. I got your number, won't you pick up the phone? Don't leave me hanging on the dial tone. Think back to the night that we met, jumping in the pool, talk to you, dripping wet. Nervous when I speak, so I trip on my tongue. Never thinking you would be my number one. Nervous when I speak, so I trip on my tongue. Never thinking you would be my number one. Drive to the beach. The sun was setting, it was just you and me. Wind in my hair and the sand in my shoes. Could've chosen anyone, but I choose you. Hop back in your car, top down. There's no stopping us, cause we own this town. Never knew I could have such fun. Never thinking you would be my number one. On my tongue, never thinking you would be my number one.
Alright guys, so this is the skull after it's been completely skinned. Still got a little muscle tissue on there, a little soft tissue on the bottom side. So now we're going to wrap the base of the horns down to where it meets the bone with some plastic wrap. That's just going to keep this horn from getting discolored and keep it from getting damaged during the boiling process. That's what we got to do next, is boil it, and then I'm going to pressure wash everything, so it just kind of keeps it from being damaged. So we got the skull boiled. We'll pull it up out of our boiling water, take a look at it. Oh yeah, all that meat been tenderized and boiled. Now we gotta take it to the pressure washer and see if we can use a little pressure and get the rest of that off of there. So there's still a little bit of tissue down in that brain cavity. Trying to grab it and pull some of that out, which I think the second time I boil all this, see that kind of stuff like that, second time I boil this, it'll probably get the rest of it. Here comes some. There we go. That's a good chunk of tissue right there. That's like egg drop soup. I think that's about all of it right there. A little bit more. All that stuff, if you don't get it out, you hang this up on your wall, it's going to start stinking. So we've got to do one more step. We've got to boil this with a 40% peroxide, and that's going to whiten all of this bone tissue up. Alright guys, so here we're going to put a glove on and put 40% hydrogen peroxide on the skull, and that's basically going to brighten this skull up. And then we're going to let that set for about hour, like half hour to an hour, and then we're going to boil that off. So stick with me, and we're going to see if we can get this rubbed all over the skull part. You don't want this on the antler itself at all, because it'll bleach it out and make it white, but you want it basically to coat the entire skull. So we have a pot of boiling water here. We're about to put the deer head in. Alright, so we've gotten our skull out of the pot of boiling water. It's starting to look pretty white. I'm going to put one more application of the hydrogen peroxide, the 40% hydrogen peroxide on it. I'm going to let that cool just a little bit. Put one more application on there, and I'm going to let that set for 24 hours. And then I'm going to rinse that off, and we should be done. Alright, so this is the next day. This is 24 hours after we put the second application of the 40% hydrogen peroxide on. It's brightened it up pretty nicely. So next step is one last time to boil. I'm going to boil the last coat of that peroxide off of there, and then let it dry, and we should be good to hang it on the wall. letting this simmer. Now we're going to pull the skull out, give it a couple more little plunges into the water. I'm going to pull it out and set it over on some paper towels and let it kind of drip dry. There it is on some paper towels. We're going to give that a little time to dry. Then we're going to take all the protective plastic and tape off of the antlers and see what she looks like. Here we are, guys. We unwrapped everything off of those antlers. And there is our finished product. If y'all like seeing the videos about the Euro mount, this is the first one I've ever done, so maybe the next ones will go a little smoother. But if you like these videos, please go down and like and subscribe, and leave some comments if you'd like, and stay tuned for some more videos in the future.